So how can you be yourself and still stand out on YouTube? Well, you don't have to be loud, you don't have to be perfect, and you don't have to copy other people's content. Now, if you're someone like me that's introverted, can be anxious, shy, then this video is just for you. Because I'm going to show you how being yourself fully, completely, unapologetically is actually your biggest strength and asset here on YouTube. So I want to start with a short reflection on the start of my YouTube journey. When I started considering that YouTube might be a place for me as a creator, I found it really hard to get past this continuous thought in my head, which was, why would anyone want to listen to me or watch me? I kept thinking that because my viewpoint of other creators at the time were that they were loud, they were very well spoken, upfront, and I'm not that. So I didn't have that. I didn't have any experience in video. I'm just a regular bloke, works full time. I'm a husband, I'm a dad. But I'm also someone that has this deep down need to create something, which is ultimately what brought me to YouTube, to consider becoming a content creator. But showing up on camera like this, the thought of this was so unnatural. And I further kept second guessing myself. And this comes to all of us. It still comes to me at times. How do I look? How do I sound? What do other people think of me? Because at the end of the day, I'm not a performer. I'm me. But that's exactly my point, actually. The more I leaned into who I already was, the more confident I started feeling. And then eventually, it didn't happen overnight, but eventually I got to a point where I published my first video. And that's what I want for you too. I believe in everybody that they can make this journey their own and create something for themselves. And that's why I'm here. Hi, I'm Carl, and I help people discover themselves on YouTube, just like you. So we hear it often in regards to just being ourselves, but on a platform such as YouTube, what does being yourself actually mean? Well, being yourself doesn't mean just rambling and not learning and progressing as you go, okay? What it means is that you embrace your natural personality, quirks and all, right? Whilst learning to communicate clearly, with purpose and consistently. And the meanings behind those are that you are clear in your speech. This is something that I'm learning constantly to be better at. Purpose, my purpose is to be here to help you, educate you, and give you that motivation to start your own YouTube journey. And the consistency for me looks like turning up at least twice per week with these informative videos. You're not trying to impress is the other thing that you need to be mindful of, okay? You're here to connect. That's the biggest thing, all right? Connecting with you is my number one goal. And there's things I need to work on to get to that point. And I'm continuously working on them, and we will always work on them as a form of improvement. One other little comment I'll add to the bottom of this is don't clone, create your own. So now I'd like to give you 3 reasons why being yourself allows you to stand out so well on YouTube. Okay, so the first reason is actually that authenticity, it just cuts through the noise. Okay, in a YouTube world that's currently full of fancy thumbnails, clickbait videos, overproduced videos, someone such as yourself coming to YouTube just as they are is actually refreshing, and it's wanted. Right now, you are wanted here on YouTube. People are craving real stories, real journeys, and real people. When someone finally sees your video and thinks, oh, finally, here's someone like me. That's how loyalty starts, which would be in the form of regular viewers and subscribers, etc. Now, the second reason why being yourself allows you to stand out is consistency becomes effortless. So it's exhausting to try and be anyone other but you. Those of us that are introverts definitely know that. It's exhausting to try and be someone you're not. So coming to YouTube and playing to your natural strengths, your message will just flow easier and be more natural. And that's actually how consistency starts to flow, and then YouTube rewards consistency. So the third reason why being yourself helps you stand out on YouTube is, and here's the hard truth, right, is that people could come and copy your format. They can copy your title, all of your material, including your thumbnail. But they cannot copy your lived experience, your learned lessons, your tone, your overall story, and your quirks, traits, and nuances, whatever makes you you. No one can copy that. No one can predetermine what that will look like. And that's your edge, right? That's what makes you stand out. Now I'm going to give you 3 tips on how you can best be yourself on camera. The first way that you can be yourself on camera is to talk to one person. I have got a full video on this if you want to check that out at a later date, but for now, in the midst of this video, I just want to highlight the fact that by talking to one person that stands just beyond the lens and the camera or the phone that you're talking into right now, there's a friend, there's a sibling, there's even a younger version of yourself standing on the other side of that camera that you are conveying your message to. That help, all right? That's how I see that, and that's what I'm doing right now. The second way that you can help present yourself on camera is to just start rough and refine later. All right. Now, again, you can go back and check out my first videos that I released, and you'll find them to be extremely messy, ordinary, but that's okay. That's where we all start, and that's where we all need to start. And there's an importance in it being there. Okay, the obvious one is to just get you started. Your first pillar of success is to publish your first video. You know, don't wait for the right moment or the right time. That may never come, and you can't recoup the time you just lost before you made that start. So the best time to start is right now. There is no other time. And the other tip I'll give you in regards to improving being yourself on camera, and that is to just share what you know, not what you've mastered. Okay? And it's another thing, don't wait for that. Don't wait. Don't fall into that perfectionism chasm where you want things to be perfect before you jump on camera. All right? You're better off to just be 1 or 2 steps ahead of anyone else. And that's what you present. That's what I'm doing here. So I'm teaching people by going through the throes myself. And someone that is an introvert, suffers from, anxiety and shyness, at times this is really hard. But it gets easier, and there are some magic moments to experience along the way, which is great. And that's something that I want to emphasize with you. So if you're anyone like me, you're on the right path, right? Viewers like seeing things and hearing things like, here's where I'm at, here's what I'm doing, this is what I've learned. They don't expect everyone on YouTube to be a master. Okay, now there's a common fear that comes to us all before we start and even while we're still going. And that is, you know, common things like, am I boring? Am I good enough? Those of us that are shy or introverts, we also will be thinking things like, you know, I'm not loud, like I'm quiet. I'm not interesting, I don't have a story. But you do, you so do. And I've learned that I do. You've got a story, you've got a background, you've got something that you need to share and want to share. So please do it, right? I'll be here to support you every step of the way, all right? If you need to ask me anything, just do so. And again, I'll reiterate it. You will not find your place here on YouTube by waiting for the perfect moment, waiting until you're ready. You are ready. You're ready enough. Start, act, do. It's the best thing you can do. Best thing you can do. Might have said do too many times then. And here's the thing. You're not making videos, you're making connections. I can't emphasize that enough. All right? One viewer at a time, one story at a time. So my final words to you today are, you are enough. You're already there. All right? Just hit record, get your video published, first pillar of success, green tick. Trust me on this. I know you want to do it. You wouldn't be here otherwise. And I'm here to support you. You can do this. Your only question is, will you give yourself permission to do this? To start? Green tick, yes. And if you've already started, do you give yourself the grace to grow even more? Green tick, yes. Now, I hope you've learned something and got something out of my video today. It's been a beautiful setting where I'm at today, which is at the Gold Coast Botanical Gardens. Took a bit of walking to find somewhere remote enough away from where gardeners were operating today, of all days. And the weather's just holding out for me. It's cloudy, but it's beautiful enough. So if my video has managed to connect with you today, I'd really appreciate a like and subscribe, as well as 1 or 2 comments in the comment section. I'd love to hear what people think of this kind of video format that I'm doing, the content that I'm bringing, and any areas that you think that you need help in, please drop me a comment. I will answer all comments. So I think I'll leave it there. And until next time, look after yourself.